All right, here we are. Another Dospods mini. C to the A to the D to the E to the N.
No.
MACDONALD. Over here, your host, Cados. And I'm joined by the co-host of the minis, Daniel Allen. Daniel, how are you, son?
Yes, I am well, thank you.
We're up.
We're up?
Energy's up.
Well, I feel like we were discussing a lack of energy, but I'm going to hold myself accountable this episode.
Bullshit.
I've listened back. I've got a bit of a mumble, so I'm going to try speak nice and loud and clear this episode. Feel a bit anxious now that I've actually put that out into the air and addressed that I think I mumble, but that's my review on how I've been going so far.
I like that you reviewed a little bit of mumble rap, some Fetty Wap.
Yeah. Except this is a podcast and people need to understand me. And sometimes I feel like I talk like this and all my words just mix together and it doesn't really make a lot of sense. So, loud and clear.
Yeah, nice. I like that. I listened to one of the eps and it might have been the first one we ever did. And every time, like, I sort of handed the baton over for you to talk, I think your response was the same thing. I think it was like, yeah, I think this. it was like 7 times in a row. I sort of talked for 3 minutes, handed over the baton, and it was like, yeah, I think that we're just trying to make this sort of video. And I picked up on it. No one else would have picked up on it.
Oh, yeah. So that's, me holding myself accountable. Caden, where can you hold yourself accountable in life?
Oh, where do we start? The gut's protruding.
None of that.
No one wants to hear that sort of garbage. Accountable. Oh, well, we like to go a little bit of inside baseball chat on the Dospods minis. We'll get to the Patreon shout out a little bit later on. We'll get to some of your comments. There's been some great comments on the Spotify, which I'll get up when we go and refer to that. It's not in front of me at the minute. But accountable, yeah, we'll go inside baseball. I've been loving the content, the rate of content, the work ethic. I feel like I'm in a nice little rhythm, and being a sole trader who just works for themselves, it can be hard to stay accountable in that space. But I feel like I'm in a good little rhythm at the moment. So that's where I feel accountable.
Yeah, grouse. I like that. I think the content's going really well. Trying to think where we're at today and where we were at last episode as to what content has gone out. I think, did we film the last one pre-Guess Who release or?
Well, we don't film these. These are audio.
Did we record the last one? Was Guess Who out when the last one came out?
Got him. I think that week we filmed. Guess Who, and I spoke about how I didn't know the guest. So people have seen it now.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Great.
Yes.
Yeah. Are you asking what's come out since then?
Yeah, I was just trying to put a time frame as to where we're at compared to our last chat and what's changed.
Yeah, so last chat, we were just about to go down to Casey to do the commentary video that people still haven't seen yet. It's coming. We're cooking. And we had just filmed the Guess Who during that week. So since then, I think Guess Who and a lot of predictions have come out.
Okay, awesome. We probably should I think we did discuss this before we hit record, and I forgot. Guess Who? What a video! How did you feel about that one once it was all done and the bells and whistles were attached to it?
Well, quick shout out to my co-host Dan Allen next to me. Phenomenal work on the videography and the edit. Obviously, we had a few curveballs thrown at us, particularly from a cutting out the cards perspective. It's just really rattled me that I couldn't get them done. But looked amazing. It looked like a TV show. From my perspective, full circle moment. 12 months earlier, I was doing work for Channel 7, giving them a chop out, making lighthearted, fun content to humanise their talent and humanise the footballers. And it was a little bit disappointing that the dog's having a kit right next to us. I don't think the audience would hear this, but there is some snoring. It's cute though. It's so cute. I'll put the mic right up to it.
Yeah, we're recording at my house today, and I've got an old dog, and he was just asleep, and he snores like a human. So
that was very cute. It was full circle to do some content for my channel at Channel 7 12 months earlier. I filmed all their light-hearted colour pieces. And to go inside baseball, which is what this show's all about, I did a lot of content where it was the players on players and the coaches on the coaches or whatever. And then I was promised that, not promised, but I did content where I was on screen and involved. And there was bits and pieces sprinkled throughout the broadcast, and there was a handful of things put on socials. But I would have made, in the 3 weeks on Headshot Day with Channel 7, I would have made 1,000 pieces of content. And I would have been in, I don't know. I don't even know the number. But because we had 300 footballers come through and I threw 5 segments at them, every one of them that came through. And not much of it came out. And I was a bit, that's part and parcel of the industry. I don't know. Some people film movies and they get cut out of the movies and they spend 2 weeks on set and it doesn't even make the movie. So I understand it happens, but I was like, oh man, I did some great stuff with Nick Dacos, picking his brain, did some really good lighthearted stuff with pretty much every big player in the competition. And I got halfway through the year and in my head, I'm like, if it doesn't come out this year, it can't really come out next year because the jumper sponsors change and people change clubs. You can't put out me picking Petrarca's brain in his D's kit now. So it does have a bit of a expiry date on it. And I was just, I don't know. I was like, damn, there was some good stuff in there that I think my audience would have loved and potentially the Channel 7 audience, but I don't really know their audience. So I knew that my audience would have frothed it and it didn't really see the light of day. And then I didn't get the call back this year because, obviously they had people to do their headshots. So when we got the chance to go back and film for my channel, I was like, oh man, I hope we can make a good fist of it. And I hope my audience likes it. And it was, I don't know, it was this perfect combination of we had access to talent. We thought of the idea. Now, Guess Who is a format that's been on YouTube, a million times. I've even done a variation of AFL Guess Who on my channel maybe 6 years ago. But yeah, just the ability to execute in that environment. And it felt like a bit of redemption for last year for me because I had control and had the power. I was pretty stoked with it.
Yeah, it was a good product. I think I start my sentences with yeah a lot as well. Just you've made.
I hope I'm not in your head.
Yeah, you are.
Oh,
I've lost the mental battle. It was good. I got a good reception. It was fun. It was lighthearted. It was what we are trying to achieve, and we got over a few road bumps on the shoot day as well. We set up in a really nice corner and didn't have heaps of space, but made it work. And then we got demoted to the broom closet and made that work. The talent bought in, which I think was the best part for me on the video when you're editing it and you look at the final product and you can see that you've captured that moment of the Channel 7 talent having fun and wanting to be there. That makes it so much easier. So overall, I think it was a really good success. Big part of that is because of the access we got from Channel 7 and also the buy-in we got from the people there.
Well, and 100%. And there were times where we did move from that first room and it felt like we didn't really have a video. We only had a couple of the talent come through in that first room. And it felt like one of those fork in the road moments where there's a genuine chance that, we had our allocated time slot and now we're packing up from the first room. If we had been shown the door at that point, it would have been fair enough. We had our chance to be in there. We had our time slot. But we knew that we didn't quite have a video. We didn't have as much talent float through in that time period that we thought we would. And Channel 7, well, one, I had the best time last year with them. They have a really good culture. I was super, not surprised, but just in awe of the way they, the producers and everyone interact with each other. And I think we saw that a little bit. Potentially it was because of the relationships I built 12 months earlier that we got to buy ourselves extra time, get the second room. We joked that the second room was a little bit less than ideal, and it was from an aesthetic standpoint, but just to get another room that we could set up in to buy us more time so that the talent could float through, I think saved the video. Without Hodgie Kane and Hamish McLaughlin, we probably didn't have a video. I would have had good short form because the segment with Abby was so much fun. I was just starstruck by Daisy Pearce, and that was so much fun. But all up, that was only like 5 minutes, and I like my YouTube videos to be between 8 and 12. So we knew that we needed a couple more of the 7 talent. And yeah, I just thought like the way that they were flexible with us and allowed us more time and were almost encouraging, like, oh, boys, yeah, if we get you a second room, you'll stick around a little bit longer. We'll put some more people through. Like that, yeah, they just helped us so much. And it was a great partnership. Like realistically, all we did was roll in on media day and, you know, shoot a YouTube video. But like the whole thing felt like a really good back and forth and a really good partnership, albeit like a one-off.
Yeah, I think it was really cool. Was there anyone someone comes to mind, BT, was there anyone that you wish you got or someone that you were worried to play a game with Guess Who Against? BT comes to my mind as if you were playing again, Guess Who Against him. I could feel like it could get quite intense.
Yeah. Well, it was intense because I didn't know the rules and I did not know how to play.
Can we not bring this up again?
And I know we covered this in the last episode, but I could imagine sitting across from BT knowing that he comes from like old school footy media where if they want to tell you to get fucked, they probably would. Like, I don't know that firsthand because I haven't done anything with BT, but he's got that like prickly old school TV mentality, which I love. But sitting opposite him as talent would be intimidating. So not only would it be intimidating that it's BT, it would be intimidating that I didn't have the rules down pat. So yeah, he would have definitely been one. Someone that I would have loved to have done content with is James Brayshaw. Like he's almost what I want to be. Like I love James Brayshaw, the commentator. Froth that. Like I in awe of that. And then I love James Brayshaw, who's a serious commentator, also does like comedy on the footy show. So that's almost what I want to be in the next 10 years is like, and I don't know if it's ever really been done before, but someone who can be in the footy industry and taken semi-seriously. Like I don't want to be a journalist or anything, but I wouldn't mind calling some games or be a part of, you know, whatever. But then also have like come from a comedic background. I don't know. The person I think of who does that is like Joe Rogan. Like he does comedy and also commentates a sport earnestly. So yeah, I don't know. James Brayshaw definitely would have been one that I would have frothed.
Would you put I know comedy is something you want to pursue and it's something you've mentioned to me that you want to do comedy. Would you put yourself in the comedy realm currently, or do you think you have to be more to be considered as a comedic type entertainer?
I'm not a comedian, but I would say that like a parody song is comedy. Like, well, it clearly is. So I would, like I write jokes in my songs.
Yep.
There are punchlines. I do skits where there are punchlines. So that's comedy. I would say like when I'm on podcasts and whatnot, I'm actually actively trying to slip in gags and be funny. What I love about a podcast is you don't have to hit winners every time. So some of my biggest laughs that I've had listening to podcasts before is like when they're sort of, the analogy I'm going with is tennis, where they're sort of hitting it back and forth with each other. And then the play develops where they're sort of moving each other either side of the baseline. And you know how the crowd goes, whoa, whoa, whoa. And then the crowd goes, yeah, when there's the winner. Like there's almost this climax of the play. My favorite laughs while listening to podcasting is it's not a forced gag 30 seconds in. It's like the conversation bubbles and then they hop on a bit and they ride it out and then it reaches the clock. Like I love the sort of organic nature and the spontaneity in that. So I would almost put like podcasting in the comedy bracket. Like I'm trying to communicate with my audience, but I'm also trying to be funny. That I felt very naked saying that because because I was just thinking like
well, that was funny.
Oh, I got a gag. There we go. What's that? 20 minutes in, I hit a winner. No, well, because I was just thinking like someone in the car listening to this going, mate, you're like there was nothing remotely comedic about your fucking pod, brother. And it made me nervous and I felt naked and vulnerable. But
Yeah, no, I didn't mean to put you on the spot. I was just wondering because comedy is something that is one of your values of your channel, but it doesn't seem like it's something that you primarily focus on. So is it like it is after the things you say, but is it something that you want to pursue more heavily, or do you think that the amount of comedy that you litter throughout your content at the moment is kind of where you see it sitting?
So I am interested in stand-up. I'm interested in the stage. I think that's when you buy the badge of comedian, when you do stand-up. But Hamish Blake's a comedian who doesn't do stand-up. Everything he does is fucking hilarious. He will be on a podcast, and before I click on it, and it's an interview with him, I know this is going to be a comedic conversation. So I don't know, like maybe I'm more in that bracket where, like I would think tuning into Wattle Park, there's comedy. Like there's comedy in the editing, comedy in the music, comedy in the fails of, Cados lines up for a goal and he shanked it. Dun, dun, dun. I would hope that there is a comedic theme there. But maybe to the naked eye, it's like, oh, this is a footy vlog. This is a sports thing. But in my head, it's like I'm only playing footy for content. And the only content I really want to make is lighthearted, comedic content. So it's pretty funny that the vessel of Div 12, I'm strapping my boots on a Tuesday. It's wet and cold, and I'm going to kick the footy to get myself right to play Saturday. So hopefully I can make something comedic. How weird's that? Like it is.
Well, it is a pretty funny concept. The Div 12 Resis in general,
hilarious. Hilarious.
Some of my biggest
premise.
laughs on a Saturday morning have been down at the Div 12 Resis. So yeah, that's a skit in amongst itself as Saturday morning down at Deakin. So yeah, no, I think you've answered that well. I was just wondering because I know comedy is something that you touch on here and there that you want to delve into, and I just wanted to see how you saw yourself in that space.
No more questions.
Move on.
Move on.
Move on.
I froth the craft of comedy. Like,
shout out Stewie.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Pitch him up, Stu. That should be on my run sheet today.
Well, we can touch on it.
I'm scared too.
I don't think we should actually.
No.
I don't know if we're in that realm of. I'm definitely not in the realm of allowed to talk about whatever I want to talk about.
Yeah.
Just for those of you that know.
Oh well, the context of
Move
a very
on.
funny callback there from D. Allen is obviously the viral clip of Stuart McGill rinsing his co-host on a podcast, and you probably have seen it if you are listening to this. And it just went viral this week. And it is fascinating, the psychology of what transpired. What I found fascinating to watch was the co-host who got rinsed by Stuart McGill. The way that he tries to keep the show together. Like Stuart McGill's yelled at him, cracked it halfway through a podcast. And if it wasn't a podcast, the host, Menners, would go, "What are you doing, Stewie? Like, you're a bit upset. What's going on?" But because it's a show and they're halfway through a segment, he tries to navigate it as if they're live on air. And I've been in that situation before where, like, I feel a segment derailing and it's not quite going to plan. But instead of just, like, stopping and being like, "Oh, fuck, like, what's going on here?" You try and, like, use smoke and mirrors and try and avoid it and try and, like, "Oh, well, go to a song now." Like, I don't know. You try and like use industry nows to get yourself out of it. And I was just watching this man like get berated, but then try and hold the show together. I found that fascinating.
Moving on to the next question.
Yeah.
No, I would like to move on to the next question. Maybe I'll bring a blow up to the show. See how you navigate it. Maybe in one of the weeks to come, I'll just tee off on you, and I'm going to see how you navigate that scenario.
Yeah, and you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't bring up, "You fucking idiot." You shouldn't have done that. No, you should.
No, we're not having a dig at anyone. It was just crazy. It was a crazy bit of
what
podcasting
history. Well, that's what podcasting's all about. What's awesome is they have rekindled, and they did a show the other day. They're still doing the show together.
Oh, so maybe it was taken out of proportion.
Yeah, I've got no idea, but that's what you can get on a podcast. That's what you tune in for.
Yeah, fiery. I like it.
Well, I was going to say something before that point. Comedy. I don't know. Yeah, I think comedy's in hopefully everything that I think yeah. Another thing on comedy is, like, I love How I Met Your Mother.
Never seen it.
That's okay. Move on. Nah. At times in How I Met Your Mother is a comedic show, but it has themes and episodes where there's comedy, but it's sort of intertwined with like emotion and drama. And it's not like this gag. It's, I don't know, explores other areas. And that's another thing that I feel like I'm going too inside baseball now. I'm sort of losing my confidence with this bit. But I don't mind having like an earnest piece in a YouTube video, and I'm not worried that it redefines it as this video isn't comedy anymore. I think like having sincerity and earnest moments actually help bring comedy out. So that's why, like, I don't know, being a little bit vulnerable and showing myself reacting to a D's game for a portion of a video shows my passion, and it might come across as earnest, and you sit there and during that part you go, oh, Dossie's really whipping home whoever, Angus Brayshaw at the moment. That's not comedy. But then the next part, I don't know. So I don't mind intertwining other themes into comedy. I
wasn't questioning your humor. I was just wondering. I think you're funny. I think your videos have, humor in them.
I hope that gives more context, because I think sometimes people might tune into 3 videos and they go, were the gags as obvious? Not necessarily.
I think
forced
fun.
down my throat.
I think you're
fun.
fun, lighthearted content, which is what you make.
As like a base.
It lends itself to comedic moments and joyous moments. Joy, comedy, fun. They're all under the same umbrella.
Yeah.
And I would put you under that umbrella.
Great call. Oh, I appreciate that. Yeah. I love that. I love that a lot. I've got a list here of topics.
I've got a lisp. I don't actually, but sounds like it sometimes.
The Terry pod came out.
Great pod, great man, great venue, Bridge Hotel.
Great venue, Bridge Hotel. Sign up to the footy tipping comp before round 1 starts. Obviously, opening rounds happen and you've missed out on 4 tips, but sign up. Verse me in footy tipping. I'm in the tipping comp. I think there's only 30 in it at the moment. Sign up, please. Go to Fanzone app. It's yellow. It's
Fanzone, probably I don't know what it is, but they can figure it out.
I'm gonna get it up right now.
You're gonna get it up right now. All right.
No cut podcast. Fanzo.
Oh, it is Fanzo.
I reckon Fanzone was taken.
Okay.
Has to have been.
Yeah.
Unless they're Spanish. That's their last name.
Okay.
Comedy.
Yeah. Terry pod. Terry pod. Terry.
Comedy. Awesome. Just someone I've known in the industry for a long time. We're in different genres, I would say. Now, this is another category that I'm half in, but I don't really see myself as like a fan channel or a fan creator. I like to think that I use footy as a vessel. Fucking hell, he keeps reiterating this point, but to entertain. But Terry is like 100% a fan channel and like the voice of a fan base, which is the Carlton Footy Club. So I would feel like, under the AFL umbrella, we're doing very separate things, but we've sort of been doing it for a similar amount of time. I reckon he started in 2019-ish. And in terms of someone I can bail up, a couple of times a year, have a good D&M and just chat about the industry, he's been someone I've consistently gone to across the last handful of years. And I'm hoping that came across in the podcast. I think it would have, but to be able to share one of our conversations, because I feel like I get a lot out of having a yarn with Terry. So I'm hoping that people listen would get a lot out of it. But he's just a great man. he's just a really good fella.
Yeah, it's my second time recording with him. When I was doing Connor's podcast, the Rog Pod, he also came as a guest, and similar vein of conversation. He just wise. I think he seems very switched on as to what he's doing, or at least if you don't think that, he's got a good idea and understanding as to what he thinks he's doing and he's achieving, and as to how he's operating. And I think that's more important than actually knowing what you're doing. He's got a good outline as to what his motives are and what his values are, and he's always, that comes across in his conversation. And it's the second time I've worked with him and been like, this guy's just switched on. He's nice to be around. He's comforting. I don't know if that's, he is. He's a comforting person to sit down and speak to. And I think it was an excellent conversation. I really like being around him.
What I love about him is I just love his advice. I love his lens on things. He's, it's blue abroad for a reason. He's traveled the world. He's lived in other countries. He's got good life experience. He's got a good balance between like, oh, Dos, that's a pretty relatable thing that people go through, versus, okay, mate, like it's time to roll the sleeves up again. And I like that. Like he would give me a whack if I needed.
Yeah,
he's never has. But in terms of like, if there's harder advice that needs to be said, he says it. But yeah, also, the carrot and the stick, like also, gives the cuddle when it's needed. But I just get inspired by someone in the industry creating something that I haven't seen before, that is doing something that no one's ever done before. So I thought that was a funny little theme across the first couple of pods. Like Jamo, now maybe this happened somewhere else in the world, but Jamo cutting up his clips into short form and spamming them on TikTok. I had literally never seen a podcast do that before. And he went from being this kid from WA that I knew on YouTube with similar amount of subscribers to just blowing up on TikTok. Like almost 500,000 followers on TikTok for a garage YouTube pod. Oh, it was just incredible. And it felt like an industry shifter. Maybe it probably had happened in the space somewhere around the world, but I had never seen, like, in Australia that happened before. It was incredible. So, and then to follow that up with Terry, who's doing these fan cams, which feels like the 2026 version of Talkback Radio. I just feel like in 15 years, when every club has a fan cam, or when a 3AW starts doing fan cams on YouTube instead of, like, I just feel like Terry's at the forefront of something that maybe he'll be the best at and hero, or whether he's just the first iteration of it that becomes something. But I just feel like he's innovated something in the space. And yeah, it's pretty special. It's on one hand, I feel sort of bad for him because when the Blues lose, I go, oh, I'll check out.
Which happens.
Yeah, I'll go. Happened last night. And I go, oh, I'll check out Terry's live stream. And but, on one hand, I'm going, oh, poor Tez. The Baggers have lost. It's 1:45 a.m. and he's just providing therapy to the audience. But on the other hand, I go, well, fuck, the numbers are good. And this is an innovation in the space, Tez. This is unbelievable.
This is, to touch on that, what he's got to deal with.
Yeah.
We're recording this Friday afternoon, for those wondering, because I've got me and Caden both have busy weeks next week, so we can't record it as fresh. But Carlton played last night, first round of the season. We don't have to talk about what happened there. They got decimated. And then I check Instagram, and Terry's doing, this isn't a gripe against the fan, but Terry's doing a little interview. I don't know if you saw it. And the person I'm assuming it was a caller, is saying that they should drop Cripps next week.
I'll send a message.
you can't be.
Yeah.
You just can't. Like, so that's what he's going to deal with.
What?
It's not an easy job.
He is the lightning rod for the emotion of a fan base. It is an incredible position to put himself in, and he just handles it so well. Like, I don't think there's many that could actually handle that responsibility and that pressure. That's what I think I asked him on the pod, like, how do you go with the pressure? Because 2,000 people live is crazy. That's the Forum Theatre. You're in front of a big audience, like live. Like, if you look across the industry on AFL YouTube or AFL content creators, when people go live, they might get 100 people, maybe 150. I think, there's some people that do it really well and get some good numbers. But when you're up in the thousands, that's like in a league of your own. That's actually like crazy. So the way he navigates it is incredible. He provides an outlet for a big supporter base, and I think it is an innovation within the industry, and it's very, very inspiring. So it's cool. It's really cool.
Well, yeah, if we had 2,000 people watching, I can assure you Uncle Mumbles would be coming out. And he probably is, to be fair. So I need to learn how to speak. But no, I think, he's
Uncle
awesome.
Mumbles.
He's
hilarious.
We actually go camping away with someone, and it's my mate's uncle, and they call him Mumbles. So
Uncle Mumbles.
I've stolen his name, old Mumbles. Shout out Mumbles.
Feels like a character on a TV show.
He's a character.
Uncle Mumbles.
The follow-up question then, is Carlton one of the hardest clubs to have a fan channel for? Or if not, what would the worst club be? Not just the worst, like you can't just say North Melbourne because I don't think they have a toxic fan base. I go for Essendon. I don't think it'd be easy having a fan channel as an Essendon supporter, but I also think Carlton probably pips us on anger. Like they're an angry club.
Well, I did say this to Tez. I said, they are an angry club. You
Cool.
see... Yeah, Uncle Mumbles stole my mic. Fucking hell, Uncle. Yeah. I was going with club and I almost said a heinous word.
Those Carlton fans are a bunch of...
I was definitely going... I was 100% going for club. And the Al, come with me, Al. Don't leave me hanging, Al. Well, yeah, I spoke about this with Tez, that they can be toxic at times, Carlton. And I feel bad saying that, but just watching across the socials and the way that they can act, it can drift into toxic areas. Now, they're a big club. They've got big expectations, and they've been let down by their organisation consistently. They haven't featured in the finals very often. They almost want for nothing from a footy club standpoint. Like, their membership's unbelievable. Their crowds are unbelievable. They've had draft picks, in and around from 2015 to 2021. I think they got Sam Walsh, or no, he would have been 2018. But they've had draft picks for years. They want for nothing, and then they still underachieve. So I understand the Carlton supporters being disappointed. But I was trying to tell Tez, like, it comes across so toxic at times when it's the peak of their negativity. And I think I mentioned this on the pod. Fuck me. Like, when they band together, when they come and support, it's so cool. Like, They are a great fan base. They're probably one of the most loyal, given their numbers that turn up. Like, obviously the D's, we're a pretty irrelevant club at times. When we aren't performing and our supporters aren't happy, we don't go. But what I do respect with the Blues supporters is they still rock up. And maybe that's why we see it more, because they don't disappear. They just keep fronting up. So I actually respect the supporter base a lot. But in terms of hard fan channels, for some reason North is jumping up at me, because you're not getting reward on views. I feel like...
Yeah, there wouldn't be.
I know I'm only saying that from a Melbourne...
Yeah, maybe because, and I know that Terry discussed that he doesn't buy into the anger, and he does a good job at, not using that to grow his channel.
Yeah.
But it would still be a reward that he gets, because the fan base is so big and they are so disappointed. I feel like sometimes disappointment in football, you go to social media for an outlet. I know when I watch the footy and we've just been pummeled, I almost go on social media to validate my feelings and look in the comment section to validate my feelings. So, and credit to Terry, he doesn't buy into this and use this to grow his brand and buy into that anger and that emotion. It would be still a catalyst for growth, because these people are so invested, and not even the anger, just the fan base. So you are right with North Melbourne. like there's probably just not a big enough fan base to grow as quickly.
Yeah. Well, the reason I was going to say North Melbourne was if you were doing YouTube just on North Melbourne, say tomorrow, like we had to do it. I think a challenge potentially could be one, on field, they're struggling.
Yep.
So you're like flat as fuck as a fan. And then two, you're firing up your live stream, looking around going, all right, I'll do some fan cam. And then also like there's not a big appetite for it. So it's like you're not really getting sustenance by going to the footy and watching your team play well. And then also
It'll be a hard slog.
You're not really getting the numbers potentially.
Cookson would be Hugh Jackman if North Melbourne was good. That is the rumour. He would be the biggest social media influencer. That's why he gave up and he hung up the boots, because North Melbourne just couldn't figure it out and he was just waiting for the glory days. So, yeah, rest in peace, Cookson. Well, he's still alive, but
well, what's great about it though is a lot of these fan channels obviously don't do it for views.
Yeah,
and any community is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
So like I've followed D's pages for years and they might have like 2,000 followers or whatever, but they pump out like the nichest, most amazing content and they reference like players that I grew up watching and like I froth it and then I comment on it and the comments might have 10 comments, but it's like niche, it's community, it's amazing. And like I think, because when you said, if the Bombers lose, you go online, you're one of tens of thousands who want that community, want that relatability. Yep. Who can I share this with? And ultimately, like, no matter how tired he is, no matter how flat he is with the performance, Terry provides that outlet and platform. And that's why it's powerful. Like, there might be a couple thousand people on a fan cam. One, those numbers are ridiculous for a live stream. That is industry moving, in my opinion. I think that is incredible. But two, the comments are chatting to each other. They're venting. It's community. It's genuinely building a rusted-on community. I don't think anyone would sniff at 1,000 concurrent live stream views, but if people did, they probably don't understand what is actually building there.
Yep.
And I just think it's the future, and it's something that in 15 years, when KO invent fan cams and every team has created, I don't know. I don't know where it goes from here, but I just know that I'll go, I know where that started.
Yeah.
So with Tez. So it was awesome. And that pod was sick. Who do we get on the next pod? I've got to get
Shuey McGill. No, he's got his own pod still. He didn't get dropped. I don't know.
I've got a couple in mind.
Are we filming
next week, I think.
Next week, yeah.
I want a big name to accelerate the potty. I wouldn't mind a footy name.
Hard time of the year for that. But they don't have to be a player.
Now, this is inside baseball, but I feel like I've got to get the socials humming.
Yeah.
Because like, oh, you want to come on my pod? Oh, yeah, do you have any references?
Do we have 2 posts on the socials?
We have 2 posts from the first week, and it's just me and Cookson twice, and I've got 120 followers. Now, I know that the Instagram of the podcast doesn't paint the picture of a potential collab. I think I
probably need more.
I think I could sell like, oh, look at the YouTube channel. We'll put some clips out. There's definitely other ways we could potentially leverage the collab, but I reckon if that Insta starts humming, it'll make things a little bit easier.
God, the listeners must think these guys are just lazy. Why don't they just make it? Great question.
Yeah,
actually.
it's a great question.
It's actually one of the all-time questions. Why haven't we done that? But we'll get onto it. We have to. Here is a pledge. Here is a pledge. I'm going to make a pledge. Before the next recording, we will have at least two reels from every podcast we've done so far.
Wow.
That's the pledge.
Wow.
I'm not going to be doing them. You're going to be doing them.
Surely not. Do you reckon a listener
wants to cut
up the clips?
I think we should probably start with us doing it. If we don't want to do it, I don't know how we're going to convince a listener to do it.
I just think for this thing to start to really tick. Now, we're building brick by brick. Every podcast is a brick. And in 18 months, there'll be...
We're lacking cement, mortar. What do they put between bricks at the moment?
my head sometimes.
What?
Yeah, that was,
No,
that
we've
wasn't,
got the bricks.
That wasn't funny.
We've got the bricks. We need the mortar to glue them together.
concrete.
Do they put concrete between bricks?
Yeah.
Oh, I studied art, mate. I went to Deakin and studied
but-
film and television.
What, you think a brick wall's just like
I don't
Lego pieces where they just sort of
No, I thought it was like mortar,
mortar? Oh, maybe the concrete's called mortar.
I don't know, or is that like a mortar and pestle? Anyway, I don't have calloused hands. I'm a dainty boy. I don't know what they put between it, but we're looking for the glue
Mortar.
to build our house. Is that what you're saying? I don't know
Glue.
what I'm saying anymore.
Glue.
Yeah.
What is this? The
Can we-
Three Little Pigs?
Someone take my microphone.
Concrete. Or is that
Concrete.
wrong? Like concrete between the bricks? Isn't it like a brick and then they have that like almost
Yeah, it's-
triangle looking thing where they
Trowel.
well, that is unbelievable get by you.
I think it's
They get the trowel, they slap it on. I'll go concreting for a day if someone cuts my clips up.
All right,
Let's do wife swap, but with someone's job.
All right. Yeah. Well, we need to get more clips out. I think the consensus of this conversation is we need to get more clips out. And by my next conversation, the next time you hear my voice, there will be at least 8 clips on the socials. 8 clips on the socials by the next time you hear my voice.
Love that. Love that for you, but also me and all the viewers. Should we do a little Patreon shout out?
I think so.
Well, I think it's just Northy still.
Really?
I don't know.
Mortar. Sorry, I
Mortar.
googled it. Mortar is the material placed between bricks to bind them together, fill gaps, and create a water-resistant structural seal. See, I should have backed myself in.
So it's not concrete.
Nah, I should have. It's mortar. It's called mortar. Thank you.
What I hate is
Feel good. I feel
people
really
listening
good
for 3 minutes there would have gone, fucking hell, Dos. Dan's got it right. Dos isn't listening. Isn't he? He is.
now. Oh, that felt good. That
Mortar.
see, and like people have been saying, I've been reading the comments that you don't learn much on this podcast, but like that was a moment of learning.
Yeah, fucks. You learn heaps. Mortar. I don't think I've heard that word ever until like that's the first time I've ever heard that.
Yeah, see? That's good. That's like a new word. If you learn a new word every day, your vocabulary. I can't say the
You
word.
shouldn't have second guessed yourself on that word. You had it right.
It would be big. I ran out
Wow.
of words.
Surely you have more adjectives than just big.
Expansive.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I love that. So I've been on the Patreon. It says we've got 12 people, but I had a Patreon years ago and I deleted the tier.
Mm-hmm.
And then so people who subscribed to me in 2020 or whatever it was, I'm not charging them. And I shut the Patreon down. So it's not like I've been taking money for the last 4 years. It's like it ceased. And then I fired up my Patreon and I started with 3 new tiers. And it said, you've got 50 people on the Patreon. And I went, well, it better not charge them because, 5 years ago they sign up for something. I ceased it and then they just get stung again. That would be ridiculous. But because I removed the tier that they had subscribed to, they can't get stung again. Anyway, so we've been on 10 for ages. I don't know if these people just haven't. I don't really understand. But Northy actively signed up a couple of weeks ago.
Yes.
What a bloke. What a man.
What a man, what a player.
We love the bloke. And he was number 1 in our Patreon shout-outs. I went on before and it said Shaq Mac
Shaq Mac.
had
I'll throw it
signed
in
up
there.
as
Yeah.
well. The Mac Attack.
Yeah. Shout out Shaq. Shout out Shaq and shout out
Shake Shack.
who was the other one?
Northy.
Northy. No. Oh yeah, the North Star. Sorry, I was thinking Northy and I was like, oh no, I'm thinking of North Star now. Yeah, Shaq Attack and Northy. Thank you.
Thank you very much. If anyone else is listening, please.
And you do have 2 other shout outs because we put out a call to action last episode and
Well,
it almost caused Caden to have a almost like
mental health crisis.
mental health crisis because someone left a comment on his post that was what Caden thought was the biggest backhanded compliment ever and then realized that we told people to do this. So would you like to explain, Caden?
Yeah, I'd love to. Well, on the Guess Who video, it was all going well. Everyone was getting around it. And then like a handful of comments just started saying, you're washed. Like you're washed and you suck and well, not you suck, but just you're washed. And I was like, fucking hell. Like I thought people liked this video and it was going well. And I forgot that on the last mini, that was our call to action for people to go onto the latest video and write #washed. So I was like sending you screenshots going, oh, fuck, like a few people haven't liked this. And, you know, and you're like, mate, this is what we told them to say. So one of them was Matt Rao Lover 5989 said, love the new pod, #washed. And I stared at that for ages going, that's a drive-by. Like, what does that mean? But that was a show of support. And then Mia Annabelle wrote, great vid, DOS, #washed, brackets, if you know, you know, laughing face. So that made me feel a little bit better because I was like, she hasn't buried the lead here. But yeah, so a couple of people converted and got into the comments and the support's been awesome.
Are we sticking with that call to action? #washed?
No,
I like it. Yeah, let's keep it going for one more week. If you're enjoying the pod and you watch the YouTube videos, which you should be because they go hand in hand, comment #washed and your thoughts on the video on Caden's YouTube.
Well, at least I'll know what they're talking about. We've had comments on the Spotify, so you can comment down on the Spotify.
Oh, no.
No, it's been good. Cole Berman. Love the pod, boys. Stopped watching around when Cook took a break, but it was great to hear you guys again because that was on the Cook.
Yep. I'd be surprised if one of our apps has a comment.
I'll have a look.
I don't know why I'm doubting myself, actually. I think this is a good product and there should be comments.
On the Jamo one, 4 comments.
Wow.
Carmen, absolutely love this. Keep it up, Dos. Reese, I've seen Reese before. He's been a consistent audience member for a long time, I believe. But Reese wrote, great stuff again, Dos. I can tell both you boys have a ton of passion about the podcast and media space, and it's a dead set inspiring to listen to. Cheers, guys. Love that. Just a random account. Said, only took one decision for me to click on this. Elite fellas. And then Jamo commented. It was a pleasure. Thanks for having me on. I'll go on the minis and see if we got any love.
This is going to hurt, but also not going to hurt.
Episode 1. No comments.
Okay.
Episode 2. Reese.
Oh.
Listening to your Fortnite addiction, it sounds like you need to stream it on YouTube or something as a way of letting out all this internal fighting. That's actually a good shout because the Fortnite addiction hasn't subsided.
Yeah, I know. I called you yesterday and you were playing Fortnite with checkers at 2 in the hour.
Guilty as charged.
But we don't have reels.
Yeah. I'm seeing some sort of correlation there between the two errors. So that's all the comments, which is awesome. I like the comments on Spotify. I think it's cool. Leave a rating. We got 12 ratings, all 5 stars.
All 5 stars. Leave a 1 star. Don't.
No. I'm going to come back next week, have about 10 washed comments, 10 1-star ratings, and I'm going to spiral, man.
Yeah, but think about it. When have you ever left a 1-star rating on a podcast?
I've got a hilarious story.
Yep.
Me and Cookson had a podcast back in the day called No Meat on the Cleats. And well, it happened a couple of times, I reckon. We had this one hater on the podcast, on their Apple podcast app, and it was like, you guys are like, these guys know nothing about anything. Like there's conversations are shit. They just ramble, like they suck. And it was like, I don't know the wrestler's name. It was something like Randy Orton Lover 25. And we realized that one of Cookson's mates would always comment on Facebook comments of like Randy Orton pages. And it was one of Cookson's best mates with a fake account went on. But it was like me being like Dos, oh, not Dos, Cozzy Pickett Lover 38. And then like you guys see me comment on Cozzy Pickett fan pages and then I comment that on my, I don't know.
But was he doing it jokingly or?
No. He was like trying to hate, but from a
anonymous account.
Yeah.
Wow.
Rare. Very rare.
Funny.
Very funny.
Very funny. If I found out one of my mates was commenting hate on this podcast and I found out, I'd find that funny.
One of my mates, also early days, I just started the YouTube channel. I'd get like maybe 50 to 100 views a video. And every time I'd upload, and you could see likes and dislikes back in the day. There'd be 10 likes and there'd be 1 dislike. And I started uploading and I would have 5 views, 1 like, 1 dislike. Every time it went up, there was a dislike. And one of my mates told me that it was one of my mates in the friendship group. And it like rattled my brain because, you're getting 10 views, but someone's disliked it. It's like, what the fuck? And yeah, I found out that was one of my close mates as well.
Was that as a laugh?
No, not as a gag. That was a sadistic, like just trying to like.
So he'd actually hit notifications so that he got the notifications.
Yes.
Do you reckon he's still doing it?
Oh, I hope not. We confronted him about it and he denied it, but one of my mates said no, he like flexed that he did it. And it was a thing. Like I kept going, like I'd bring it up to mates going, someone keeps disliking. I don't like, it's really weird. Like it became a thing and yeah. So hilarious.
10% dislikes back in the day, more.
Yeah.
Like a 20% dislike ratio.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah, leave a 5-star. Don't leave a 1-star.
Come
I
on.
think is the moral of that story because Caden's had a few haters in the past and he doesn't need any more.
I've got more. I've got other things to touch on. I don't know where to go. The performances of the vids have been good. Oh, what do you think of my Saddle Club theme song video?
Oh, well, it was very...
Made your skin crawl with uncomfortability.
It was... I rocked up to cricket last night and there was a few comments about it. And this is... When did you post it?
Last night, Thursday night.
Yeah, so what time though? Roughly.
3 in the Arvo.
So about 2 hours after I'd rocked up to the cricket club, and I reckon I had 3 blokes go, Dossie, like, what's the go with this? Like, a bit like, oh, he's had an accident or like he's had a head knock here.
Yeah.
So I think that's what you were going for. It was funny. It was a bit quirky, but I think that explains it. I think people looked at it like, oh gosh, he's got a concussion. He's been hit in the back of the head with a footy again.
Because I obviously try to make. This is almost the balance, the How Much Your Mother balance, I guess. But like I try and make things. No, this is a Lonely Island thing. Sorry, this is a Lonely Island thing. Lonely Island would make comedy songs good. So you listen to it and you go, fuck, this sounds like a good pop song, but it's comedy.
Yep.
And I think sometimes comedy songs are just shit. It's like shit beat, shit voice. I went to the shops. I got chased by the cops. And it's like, it's low effort and the jokes are slammed down your throat. I don't mind the Lonely Island path of like, fuck, this song is unbelievable. Oh, but the lyrics are funny. Like it takes you a second. It's like, I'm not afraid to make things good and funny. That's actually what I'm aiming for. Like I'm trying to make Back Pocket Plugger be a good song. But the theme is hilarious. It is teenage dirtbag meets local footy. Like that's like it is objectively. Well, the goal is to make Back Pocket Plugger hilarious, but I want to make it a good song. That's almost what I tried to achieve with when I make content. The Saddle Club theme song was the opposite. I wanted it to be shit and funny, but because I make things good, like with the intentions of being good and funny, I think some people were like, "Oh, this is not a like this."
I think that was what I was thinking.
I think people were like they have this expectation that like, oh, when Dos brings out something, it's quite good and funny, and I think people are like, "This is shit and funny, but it's shit."
Yeah, well, I think that.
But that was the intention.
What really put... I've watched it 3 times in its entirety, so I think I do enjoy it. I think what put the exclamation mark on it is you forgot Hawthorne.
Yeah.
So not only are people watching it like, oh, this is like kind of... I don't know if he's missed the mark. It's a bit different to what he does. But you actually made a mistake in the video as well. So if you go in the comments, people are like, oh, he forgot Hawthorne.
Yeah.
You're going to leave Hawthorne out. So not only were you going for that kind of Saddle Club funny, but a little bit shit.
Oh, yeah. I
don't know if shit's the right word.
I was going for shit. I was going, and I don't normally do that, but I was going for, this is ridiculous. What the fuck are we watching? What am I doing? And I don't normally put stuff out like that. So it was almost like exposure therapy of like, just fucking do it, mate. Like put yourself out there. But people didn't get it. And like, so I thought it would get a bit of attention, and like a lot of the comments would be like, "What the fuck is this?" But also like, "Oh, semi catchy." Like I was going for "What the hell" /
Yeah,
it sort of works.
Yeah.
Like we are Geelong, hello world. That sort of hit. That was the balance I was going with. But I just got, oh, this is good effort, man. And that was like, and then it didn't.
They thought you were.
Yeah.
No, well, Slowey, shout out Slowey. When I rocked up to cricket yesterday, was concerned. He's like,
Yeah.
What's the go with Caden's song?
I'm going again.
Oh.
I'm doubling down next week, I reckon. I reckon I'm going to get like a Travis Scott song. I'm going to go auto-tune and I'm going to do my footy tips over.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Same structure. I'm going to have the instrumental down the bottom.
Yeah, and did you have that because it was obviously
One take.
But it, oh.
I had the software down the bottom to show this is one take. I'm letting rip. It was that was the literal recording.
I thought it was
Oh my
because it
God.
was like there wasn't a lot going on that timeline.
No, that I was showing that like I was lit like so normally I.
Oh man, I didn't even get the gist of it.
So maybe I should caveat at the top. Hey guys, I'm going to do my footy tips. One take. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe that's funnier because I thought it was part of the joke because, like usually when you build out a song, there's a lot going on that timeline.
No.
I thought it was just showing that I obviously don't know much about music, that it was just like a simple, basic song. I don't know. I really don't know, actually.
I think you're in the majority because it didn't get the reaction I thought it would. I
How'd it travel?
thought the reaction would have been, that mixture of what the hell / it sort of works. That's what I thought I would get, and it didn't even hit that. So I was like confused. I'm like, oh man, I thought this would hit like what the fuck's he doing or what? It didn't even get any of that reaction. It just got like, oh, that's just pretty good, mate. And I went, no, it's not. This is dog shit.
Double or nothing.
This is dog shit.
Double or nothing.
Yeah.
If you're listening to this, call to action. If you see Caden post his footy tips to a Travis Scott beat next week, comment, this is shit.
No, don't, because you'll start an avalanche. No, I think the reaction I want is I love those sarcastic comments like, Grammy's coming your way, mate. And they're clearly like saying this sucks, but also in a nice way.
Yeah.
I like a backhanded compliment.
All right. Well, whoever can give the best backhanded compliment gets a shout out on the next podcast. The best backhanded compliment gets a shout out on the podcast.
Because then that might set the tone of like what I'm actually going for. Like
and throw in a hashtag washed so we kind of
No.
so we know they're coming from the podcast because it could just be. I don't want someone to win that's not listening.
What song should I do? I'm thinking about doing like
Fiend.
Fiend's good. Fiend's good. Fiend's very good.
Teams.
Fuck.
Teams.
It's a grand old flag. It's a fine.
No, it's your tips.
No, I'm doing the theme song. I'm doing the tips of the theme song. So if I tip the D's.
Oh my God. D's.
Or do you reckon I should do my tips
D's.
as in like, hey guys, welcome to Cados footy tipping over popular songs.
Gonna tip. Yeah. D's.
No, I reckon I'm doing theme songs again.
I'm stuck. Yeah, try to do Fiend. That's a horrible song. I don't mind it, but
Fiend, fuck, that's funny.
that caught a wave for a while, that song.
So when I made the Saddle Club thing, Joycey recorded it. He's helped me out.
He's had better uses of his time, hasn't he?
I know. There was a little look in his eye halfway through.
A very talented musician.
He's Charlie Puth, like he actually knows how to pick, like he just knows fucking everything about music, and he's sitting there in my living room, chords everywhere, and I'm just going, cheer. Anyway, yeah, fuck. I might give him a call and apologise.
And ask him what he's doing next week, Wednesday.
Yeah. But while we were doing it, we were pissing ourselves because he knew what I was doing. Like, I'm like, mate, I want this to like sound okay at parts in terms of like, oh, We Are Geelong actually sat well under Hello World. Saddle Club, like what the fuck? Like why the Saddle Club theme song? But also nostalgic. I don't know. I thought it had ingredients to be like a meme, like a funny meme. Clearly didn't. But we were pissing ourselves. And then I showed Georgia. I was a bit flat on Thursday afternoon, lacking a little bit of confidence. And I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to put this out. I don't know if it'll work. And I showed her. She looks at me and she goes, are these the Footy Club theme songs? And I go, yeah. She started crying, laughing. And I'm like, oh, well, when me and Joycey were making it, we were crying, laughing because it was fucking ridiculous. And then when I showed Georgia, she was crying, laughing. So I went, I'm going to put it out there. And it fell flat. Like, I don't think it got that reaction. But you're right. I think people thought that I was having an aneurysm.
So double down and there'll be a genuine call for help.
I'll double down.
It'll be like Jim Carrey. There'll be videos of you a month ago, and there'll be videos of the things you're doing now, and they're like, "Oh my god, Caden's a clone. They've cloned Caden because this is just not what he's been doing." We are at an hour, which is long for the minis.
Yeah, it's not really a mini.
We have something to touch on that needs to be touched on. AFL YouTuber Caden McDonald.
Guilty.
First game of AFL last night. True or false?
Oh, no.
Was it on last night, the first game of AFL?
I wouldn't have known.
Yeah.
Because I was busy.
And
oh, no.
What?
Oh, no.
When every other content creator that couldn't get to Sydney was on the couch watching the footy?
Yeah, live streaming, vlogging, reacting.
What were you doing?
I went to the Melbourne Storm game at Amy Park.
Jesus Christ. I just can't even fathom.
Yeah, I had a commitment to go to the Melbourne Storm game. I got asked a month ago, and when it came through, it said, oh, what are you doing March 5th or whatever yesterday's date was? What are you doing March 5th at 8 o'clock? And in my head, I went, well, fuck, I've had the countdown for footy to return for 6 months. So I replied in the email. I said, oh, well, you know, preferably with my face glued to the TV watching the footy. Why? What's going on? And they said, oh, well, we'd love to send you to the Melbourne Storm game. And I went to the Melbourne Storm game. And when I got there, now, a little anecdote about Melbourne Storm. Obviously, anyone who follows like NRL in Victoria, with NRL being not their favourite sport, which is like most of us, everyone goes to the Melbourne Storm. It's like it's just their default.
Yep.
It's like, oh, who do you go for? Melbourne Storm. Like, I don't follow them necessarily particularly closely, but if anyone asked me who's your NRL team, it would be Melbourne Storm. And it has been for 20 years.
Following pretty close. You've been to more Storm games this year than Melbourne.
Yeah.
So.
And a funny anecdote is often it'll be midway through the AFL season and Connor and I will have a look at the NRL standings and Melbourne Storm are 3 games clear on top. And it's every year. And then we'll see like a result. It'll be like, oh, Melbourne Storm played last night, won by 30, which is a massive margin in NRL. And Connor goes, why don't we just fully follow them? Because one, we're not as invested as we are in the AFL. So we don't feel like as devastated. We don't ride the highs and lows as much. 2, we go for the same team. So instead of AFL, he goes for Carlton, I go for Melbourne, and we're enemies. It's like we're both going for the Storm. And 3, they are like the Geelong of NRL. They are always competing. They make grand finals every 2 or 3 years. They are a powerhouse. So it's like we're not as invested. They dominate, and we go for the same team. Anyway, halfway through the match, Melbourne Storm dominated the Parramatta Eels up by like 40 points, which is, you know, as I said, in NRL, that's like an 80-point win. And I screenshotted the scores, and I saw that Carlton were getting manhandled, and I sent it to Rog, and I said, oh, it's a bit of a shame that your Blues can't perform like my boys. Bit of a shame
he would have liked that.
They don't rock up like my mob. My mob are on fire at the moment. Almost outscored his mob, and it's a different code. And he just pissed himself. But I had a ridiculously fun night. A really good experience. The goal was, or like the mission was, I was like going to go to the Storm game and watch the footy on my phone. But when I got there, I felt like an imposter.
Yep.
Not imposter syndrome, just genuinely like, I don't really follow this sport and I'm here at the game. And I also, like, I know how NRL people view AFL.
Yep.
So I sit down in my seats and I start getting KO up, and then I start looking around at like some of the big burly rugby supporters, and I'm like, I don't want one of them to just see me on AFL. How disrespectful! And then I started playing scenarios in my head, like, "Oi, he's watching the AFL. Kick him out."
It's not an American like
him out.
high school movie.
Yeah. So then I literally like had that thought, so I put KO away, and I didn't watch any of the results. So I had to keep messaging Rog, like, how's it all going?
Well, that would have been a fun message chain.
Well, early he goes, mate, we are on. We are.
They were dominating contested possession. They were gelling, and then the arse fell out.
12 goals in a quarter or something.
But to be fair, Sydney turned it up. Like, they were electric, but it was in the first half. Sydney didn't have any answers for Carlton, but they were on top and Carlton weren't converting, so it didn't look like it was too big of a gap. But when the gap was between Carlton and Sydney, it was huge.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just
a gap in class.
Oh, mate, it was
yeah.
They just ran over the top of it.
Yeah. Well, I always underestimate the Swans. I got told that on my ladder predictions, and every ladder predictions I always like.
Where did you put them?
10th, which is finals, but I never give them the Geelong treatment. Like, I have learnt the hard way that Geelong are just in it every year. So so after like 5 season predictions of calling the Cats drop off and then they make grand finals and you look like a dickhead, I now pencil them in at the top 5 like every predictions. You should probably do that with the Swans as well because they are thereabouts all the time. But I don't for some reason. I always give them, like, maybe it's because they're interstate and I don't take notice as much, and they can sometimes be a sleeper team throughout the season and then just pop up and be good. But yeah, every year I just put them, I don't know, in amongst the pack, and all the Swans fans give it to me. And they did again with these latest ladder predictions, and it looks like, it's a small sample size, but it looks like the Swans are back.
Yeah, well, I tipped the Swans, and I know they had injury troubles last year, not like my Bombers, but they had injury troubles. But at the first
pretty bad. Their first half, they were decimated.
They probably had more talent out than us, to be fair, but less injuries. I probably shouldn't say that, but it's probably true. So I was watching the first quarter and I've gone, maybe I didn't tip right here. Like, they didn't really find their flow last year, and I know they had injuries, but maybe they're not as good as the premiership side we saw 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, I don't know why I ever doubted them.
12 goals in a quarter.
It was the third highest term ever. I think it was 75 points or something.
What the hell?
It was amazing to watch. But it was also one of those ones where I get distracted very easily, and I was loving it. But it got to the point where it was so good that I was kind of missing goals. I'd go up to the kitchen and whatnot, which is a very strange thing to say. It got so electric that I wrote Carlton off so much that I kind of didn't lose interest, but stopped watching and paying attention.
Yeah, because the game's over and it's the first game of the year and it's a letdown. Like, that is...
Yeah, it was fun. I wouldn't say it was a letdown. It was fun. It was good to see them humming.
Bit anticlimactic, though, like 70 points in the first game or whatever. Like, that's...
But when they flipped the switch, it was the best footy you'll ever see because it was just so much fun. I love watching a home crowd get up and about. Like, just when they pan to the crowd and there's just people going mental. And I just think maybe if my club was good, like that could be me one day. And then I cry, and then I blame my dad for picking Essendon. And I love it. I really love it.
Yeah, it was. Thank God it's back. Obviously, this is going out on Wednesday, and we were going to try and smoke and mirrors, like when these get recorded. But obviously, the round of footy has happened when people listen. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Well, I missed out last night.
It's so much fun. The first siren, I left cricket a little bit early. We've got finals this week, and I left a little bit early to watch the footy, which is probably, I shouldn't admit this, but it's just that the first siren, you sit down, the commentators, the broadcasters are talking. It's something about watching footy on the television is different. Television is different to anything else. The noises, the theatre.
Yeah.
Mate, I was really excited for it yesterday.
The broadcasts are satisfying. Like, that's why, some of the boys might ask, do you want to go to a neutral game? And I go, no. Like, I love it. I'm getting a pizza and I'm going to watch it tonight. I'm going to be so conflicted watching Christian Petrarca run around. I'm actually sort of not
That's going to be
emotionally prepared.
All right, what's your so we've got the Friday night game tonight. What is we can make a call now going into the weekend, and obviously people are going to hear it after. What do you want to see happen this round of football? And let's see if it comes true. I've got mine. I've definitely got mine.
A call that I want to see happen.
No, like something that you want to see happen, a result,
I want to see the Saints. I want to see the Saints. I just want to see what happens with the Saints. Massive off-season, big names. They are rejigging their branding massively. They have been, and this isn't breaking any news, but an irrelevant club for so long. For so long. Like, you just don't even, they're not a threat. They're so passive. And this is coming from Melbourne. This is coming from a Melbourne supporter who probably has I support a team in a very similar bracket to the Saints. Non-offensive, passive. But when they get going, it's sick. And they just haven't had the people head the footy club for a long time to do that from a branding standpoint. What a statement beating the Pies would be. They've been aggressive in getting new players. They've been aggressive in the way that they publicly speak about other teams. They have been publicly vocal against father-sons, publicly vocal against academies. Oh, that's a bit shit. Like, what about the rest of the other clubs? Like, they have been like stirring the pot of the entire industry for the last 3 years, and they're not becoming passive. Like, they're putting that to bed. They're becoming like a big, like, don't mess with this sort of club. It just has to come on the field, because if they marry up the branding that they've been building with on-field performances, kicking it off at the MCG in front of 80,000, in front of Collingwood, it'll be an away game. Like, I know it's their home game, and it's their only MCG home game for the year, but there'll be 50,000 Collingwood supporters. There'll be 30,000 Saints. If you pinch that, that'll make the year. That'll be sick. That'll be sick.
See, this has made me feel bad, and you're not the only person that's made me question this. And I'll be quick here. Mine's the complete opposite.
You want to see him lose?
I'm hate watching St Kilda this week.
I don't know where I'm at.
And I admit that it's not the right thing to do. I should be supporting the underdog. I'm a bomber. I should never want Collingwood to win. There's two things for me for this.
Yeah.
I kind of like Collingwood. I don't like... I don't actually care. I'm not... Everyone tells me I'm meant to hate them. I like them as a...
I've always liked Collingwood.
I like the team they have. Like, I love the Dacosses. I love Steel Sidebottom. I love Pendles. I just love the core. There are not many hateable players. Yeah, Maynard, but I actually don't mind him. But how dare St Kilda think they can just leapfrog us? Yeah, we've been shit for 20 years. They think they can just get a few players, throw the war chest out, and all of a sudden they're good. They're going to have the biggest home and away game ever. They've never heard 50,000 Collingwood supporters chant Collingwood at the G, because they don't get invited to the big dance. And all I want to see is those 30,000 St Kilda fans walk into the G, maybe even 40,000, and they just get manhandled by the seasoned, the classy Collingwood Football Club, and they just put them down a few steps and say, yes, you can get the players, but you're still got to put the work in. And I want to see that happen on Sunday at the G, because it's not fair. Yeah. It's not fair that they can just figure it out. And I think they will win, and I'm not counting them out. But God, I hope they don't.
Yeah, so excited for that matchup. It feels like there's a lot on the line for both teams, because it feels like the Pies are potentially dropping off. So
one more game, Pies. You just need.
So if the Saints win, it's like, oh man, have the Saints arrived? / are the Pies dropping off? But if the Pies win, it's like, oh, are the Pies still a threat this year? And there is a little part of me that wouldn't mind the Saints, after all this effort, finishing 12th this year and nothing changes.
Well, see, I'm actually not saying that.
I
would like that, but I'm not really concerned about the full season. They're so up and about.
Yeah.
if they win the next 5 after this, I don't mind.
They finished 6, but knowing round 1, the balloon popped.
I just want to see
Yeah.
their heart flutter a little bit, and they're like, "Oh, maybe it's not as good as it seems." And then if they finish 12th, it'd be pretty funny.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I really want to see them lose this week, and I feel bad because I don't like hating on teams. But
Pretty funny that opening round has a game in Melbourne.
yeah,
That's
are you
not-
going?
I am going to the Collingwood game.
Oh.
I just said that I don't like neutral games. I'm going in a box. That doesn't happen to me often.
Take the laptop, edit some reels while you're there, mate.
Yeah,
You'll
yeah.
have a PowerPoint.
Oh, I might do a live rendition of the Saddle Club. See, this is what happens when you do Saddle Club songs. You take
box.
risks and you get rewarded.
Who are you going with? Who's in the box with you?
I'm going to I don't know the etiquette of revealing boxes or whatnot, but I'm going into the Supercoach one, I think. Supercoach have a box, mate. They're weird.
We're
though.
inside baseball here.
Yeah, we're inside baseball, and I'm inside the box.
Yeah. So, what's in the box? What's in the box?
Me having party pies.
Oh, all right. Should we wrap this up? It's an hour, and I've enjoyed this.
It's the opposite of a mini.
I think I'm still mumbling because I forgot about the mumble. So I will work on my mumble. I talk too quick.
I don't pick up on the mumbling as much. I think you're pretty.
I think I melt my words together.
That's very Australian though.
Really?
Yes, I think Australian actors when they get cast overseas, they have to learn to enunciate words properly because we should just
Okay.
mumble.
So
I think it's just an Australian thing.
Whew. All right.
And that's why we don't have an international audience. So thank you, mate. You're holding us back
all right,
from the Americans.
I'll learn a different language for next episode, and I'll speak the whole episode in Maltese.
Watashi no namae wa Caden des is a Japanese sentence that says my name is Caden.
All right, let's wrap it up.
What I love is like you scrunched your face because you thought I was going down some sort of path.
No,
Like
I just
Anakin
didn't know.
that you could not follow, but that's what I learned in year.
I
eight
was trying to
Japanese.
think of how to say anything in any other language, and I was shooting blanks.
Wow. Maybe I shouldn't call these minis, and maybe I should just call these the off-week pods or something because I always hit an hour. I love hitting the hour, but we've gone a little bit over today. Yeah, I don't know. We'll figure it out. That's for me and you to figure out, not for the audience.
There's a lot of call to actions as well. But if you're still here, thank you.
Yeah, I think. Well, no one's still here, but Patreon, comment on the Spotify, and show support, and that's about it. Dan, thanks for joining me.
Thank you.
Thanks to everyone who tuned in, and we'll see you for some more potties very soon and some more content.